everyone, my name is Mitz, here back at Phoenix Wright Charges of Justice. And since this is the final case, and we're actually on to the final part of it, as there's 4 parts to Turnabout Daredevils, and now we're in the 5th part, and there's no more. And just look at this, like, anime-esque pose for Mr. Hawk. I'm just getting flashbacks to the first case, just the look of Mr. Fingerpaint, just like, so dramatic, anime-esque, just, oh my gosh, he was the bad guy all along from the true culprit, like, that's just hilarious to me, like, so dramatic and detailed for him. Oh boy, but Mills McIntosh is very suspicious right now. There's a lot of things pointing to him. It's all just a matter of fact of proving exactly to what extent he did everything. Although I'm pretty sure it all just goes back to him and he's probably the culprit. But we'll see what goes down. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Yeah, it's a fan game. Yeah. I think we all got to understand. Unless this is actually a Capcom writer who's secretly putting this out for the world to just, tell what actually happened between the 2nd and 3rd game and all that, Who knows? We can never really know. And we're at the district court. Are we gonna get that? Did Joel Manley finally open that safe with Gumshoe? Or are we gonna get that later? Mr. McIntosh, you think? I know it's hard to accept, but I think he's evolved somehow. But why? He's been manager for the longest time. Maybe he was trying to get him your trust. Well, Nick is gonna try his best to find out why. So have faith in him, Dara. Man, have faith in Mr. Manley. He wants to save you too. She's right, Dara. Mr. Manley is trying his best to help you out. I don't... She's really shocked to hear McIntosh might be behind this. Yeah. I hope the evidence I have will be enough to figure things out. Yeah, after all, well, pretty much everything. Well, things have been resorted a bit weirdly. Well, the gun, the trash, the guns, even though they're modeled afterwards, this was found in a trash can, in a site. Oh, this is the one thing which we don't really know anything about. There's just a random medicine bottle here. Must be something going on with that, but I have no clue. Or I do, but the suit padding, which makes sense why I wasn't there, but it adds more credibility to the fact there was someone else wearing, the suit, especially with Lotta's photo. The videotape, which I honestly don't know what context you're going to use it in, because, the performance stunt is definitely porn based on the contract. It gives him his motive for wanting to do the bank robbery, and badge, because if we don't have that, then I'm pretty sure we don't have time we won't be able to be going use stuff for in the courtroom. Well, I say that, but someone else managed to do that with a fake one. So you seem quite unsure of yourself today. Okay, who is this? Is this Hawk? Well, then again, you always look like you're up to a creek without a paddle. Oh, hi, Edgeworth, okay. Yeah, people really like Edgeworth a lot, too. Bring him back a lot. Mr. Edgeworth! Edgeworth, what are you doing here? I have some free days ahead of me, so I decided to pay the courthouse a visit. You and Hawk seem to be at each other's throats, I take it. In more ways than one, yeah? It's not that bad. Who is this? Oh, I'm sorry. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's a prosecutor. Pleasure meeting you, Miss Devil. Oh, likewise. Mr. Edgeworth. Don't even think about Pearls. He's, yeah, he's not that way. Don't worry about it. I thought I should warn you about Hawk's witness. Yeah, we know. It's Mr. Pitstop. We still don't know what he'll testify about. Apparently it's something to do with a stunt stadium. Like, what would he even see there? So he saw something there that will convict Dara? It would seem so. Hawk is quite sure about the testimony he'll give. Right, this will be a very short trial if you don't break his testimony. I'm pretty sure that's obvious. Why do you come here just to tell me that? But, why would Pops... Why would he... He'll let us discourage you, Miss Devil. He's only there to tell the court what he witnessed. Yeah, but, they forced his hand, so yeah. I'm sure he does not mean to bear ill will towards you. Pops. Court now commence shortly. Defendant and her counsel, please head to the courtroom. That's our cue. Look in there, right? I hope the best for you, Hawk. You're not picking sides, I take it? We'll see what happens. Okay, you go off and be mysterious, you. I still have no idea why you're here, just to tell us stuff we already know, but okay then. Alright then. Alrighty then. Oh, back in the old tippity-toppy orange-yellow courtroom again, with the orange-yellow gavel to boot. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Daredevil. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Sir! Now then, gentlemen, I'd like today's proceedings to go smoothly. Yeah, without blushing like a pair of chimpanzees over just talking about women's chest, like, Jesus. Oh, and I still didn't ask my sister about that. Yeah, it comes for another time. Well, any embarrassment from either of you this time? I called it! I assure you that won't happen again, Your Honor. Sir? Hey, Dara, do you want to talk about it again? That, I can't promise. Really. We left off yesterday with quite the mystery. This picture taken at the scene of the crime had this court wondering the person who robbed the bank was actually Daredevil. Yeah? Since the chest armor is missing, it was hard to tell. Mr. Hawk, what are the results of your investigation? The prosecution has gone to great length to figure this out, sir. Yesterday, we tried to figure out who the culprit was through testimony and evidence from the scene of the crime. However, today, we will find the truth through a different direction. Direction? Were you steering this court, Mr. Hawk? To stunt stadium, Your Honor. We have a witness who saw Dee Dee leave her dressing room. Her dressing room? Oh! Well, Milana definitely saw, like, Did he leave the stunt stadium? That's why they went through. Now we have a witness who basically saw, I guess, them leave the stadium from the inside. That seems really short, kind of dry. Again, Since we can't undetermine the person's mask any other way, figuring where Miss Devil came from will help us determine this. You're still convinced by that? What do you mean, where she came from? You told us yesterday that Miss Devil was in a room the whole time, and I have a witness that says someone came out of that room near the end of the show. Okay. So this witness saw Miss Devil leave her room? And in costume, yes. Wait, with the helmet on? Okay. Very well. Please bring in this witness, Mr. Hawk. Okay, salute. Don't steal my thing, you. Yes, sir? This is getting bad already. That's standard procedure, don't worry about it. And you're here. With clipboard intact. When was the last time I saw clipboard, actually? I have no idea. Witness, split your name and occupation, please. What is this? You gonna ask me where I live next? Yes. Also your social security number, because that's how all court proceedings go. These questions are getting kind of personal. This is a trial, Mr. Pitstop, and these questions are mandatory. Well, you already said his last name already, so maybe you should already do it yourself. Please answer. You're a tough one, ain't ya? It's not surprising seeing you have mainly an arm lock. Fine, I'm Paulo Pitstop, a former racer of the Super D. I work the backstage area these days. Do you remember seeing you all those years ago? Quite the fan. Good on you, Judge. Glad to meet a fan. You think the judge and Mr. Pitstop getting along will help our case, Nick? Maybe so. Nope. Oh, well, there's that too. If we can get back on track, Mr. Pitstop. You know why I called you here, right? Yes. I was in the backstage area the day of the murder. You were? Well, that's natural. You do work backstage. That's not the issue we're here to talk about. Mr. Pitstop saw something in the hallway that I'd like him to discuss with us. Or, in this case, someone he saw come out of the dressing room. You say a dressing room, that means it could have been any dressing room. You saw someone leave a dressing room? We keep saying a dressing room, that doesn't say anything. Now then, Mr. Pitstop, please tell us who you saw vacating the backstage area that day. Okay. Well. Oh no, don't tell me. I saw Dee Dee come out of the dressing room. A dressing room. There, you happy? Okay, that's it? Okay, that's all? Okay, get off the stand. What? Order? So you saw the defendant leave her dressing room. Hang on, I said I saw you leave the dressing room. Yeah, a dressing room. Never said I saw Daredevil. Yeah. That is true, but if there was someone else in there, I think she would have mentioned it to us by now. Sounds like we need to dig deeper into this. Mr. Pitstop, I would like you to give us your testimony on what you saw. Yeah. So this is what he meant when he asked us not to hate him yesterday. Yeah, I really don't blame him, though. I hope Mr. Pitstop will be okay after this. That's all we can hope for, huh? Backstage shenanigans. Oh, the shenanigans backstage. Oh, so many goofy things happen all back there. Oh, yo. Oh, yo. I was working the backstage area for a little while, prepping everyone for the show. Of course, I don't remember much of how things went about going on. I remember I talked and yelled at a bunch of the staff in the backstage area. Well, you are a manager, so. During that time, I remember Dee Dee's door opening with her walking out in costume. Okay, so you're saying definitely her door. She walked out and headed to the back door to the outside. But that don't mean she was doing anything suspicious. She's just at the stadium. Well, in conjunction with Law's testimony, that actually is kind of bad. So Miss Devil exited the dressing room and proceeded to head outside? Well, yeah, but... I don't mean she was suspicious, see? I'll see about that. Your Honor, your thoughts on this testimony? Seems quite reliable. However, the witness seems uncertain. I'm only telling you what I saw. I just didn't think it could get Daredevil into trouble. You had to come forward eventually, Mr. Pitstop. I know it's tough for you since you're close to the defendant. Don't make it sound so simple, son. Mr. Pitstop did look torn when he was giving his testimony. He doesn't want to see Darren in any more trouble than she's already in. And I had to try and find a hole in his testimony, for Mr. Pitstop's sake. Before we start the testimony, I have a map of the area the witness was in. A map? That'll be important to look at when the hallway is discussed. Okay, so wait. Well, the diagram for, like, the bank heist thing was just... It was kind of pointless here. Is it going to be pointless here, too? Thank you, Mr. Hawk. Mr. Wright, the cross-examination, if you please. I guess we gotta look at that court record thing first. Of the map. Let's see, what does that look like? Backstage map. Yeah, okay, Macintosh and Dare's room, it came out the other way. Wait, is it actually gonna be... Oh. Is it gonna be if we prove, like, he was on the other end of a hallway, and actually... This DD, quote-unquote, actually came out of Macintosh's room? They're literally right across the hall from each other. What is that room by the end of the hallway? Curiouser. What happened to those backstage shenanigans? Sonny. Did someone make a giant spill of oils and all that? Banana peels and all that? Mario Kart style? Working in the backstage area for a little while, preparing everyone for the show. So you're working backstage the whole time? That's right. I do a lot of running around during the show, and Macintosh doesn't. Lazy. Making sure wheels are on bikes, helmets are on heads, concussions are taken care of. Well, I mean, Dara's helmet was gone, so... Is there only one helmet? I don't think Wait, did I ever think about that? They should have, like, separate helmets, though, because of costumes and all that, but... Well, there was an orange helmet, like, you know, the first time we investigated the room. Meh. But, like... Oh, yeah, okay, so she did have a helmet then, okay. But the white one's missing, so I guess that was stolen for the costume then, eh? The usual. Concussions are normal. Well, the same thing as football. It's like, even like football games of practice, like, even the most normal, hits and, like, plays, like, cause normal concussions. They don't look like anything serious from the outset. Which is, really concerning. Wow. That sounds like a lot of work. Do you have first aid training by this point? Pups end up making the backstage look like an infirmary every show. Okay, well there goes that shenanigans. Mario Kart style, I'm, rated M for mature. Luckily, we only had 20 injuries this time. 28? That's almost half of the amount of every other show. Working a Super D stunt show doesn't sound safe. I think OSHA regulations will have a word with them. I agree. Of course, I don't remember much of how things went about going on. Okay. See, there's more about that. Do you mean to say that you don't recall how things went clearly? I guess he was running around. Does that mean he doesn't know where he was in the hallway then? Hey, don't you go correcting me like that. I say it the way I say it, because I say it how it is. You get it? It do be like that sometimes, though. It is what it is. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to. Good. Now let me try to remember how things went on. That sentence he made, I should raise, don't worry about it, okay? Don't do it, Nick. He'll just snap at you again. It's kind of hard not to correct him. His wording is all over the place. Oh my god, are you a goddamn grammar Nazi too now? God. I remember Zeiss talks and yells at a bunch of the stabs in the backstage areas. God. Nope, press that at you. I can't do plurals or everything, Jesus. You yelled at some staff? Oh yes, normal style. Screamed and yelled, get it right. What's the difference? And you never said scream, in spirit he did it. If you could please elaborate this more, Mr. Pitstop. Who were you talking to backstage? Sure. Let me see. There are 3 rascals running around asking me about a bunch of things. A fellow named Uno, another named Double, and a Mrs. named called San. God. No one in particular, really. If it was no one of interest, then there's no need to divulge. Perhaps so. Mr. Wright, is there anything you wish to ask about these 3 individuals? Huh. Who should ask about these people? Who should I... Okay. Mr. Uno, Double, or Miss San? Well, because of meme's sake, can you tell us about this Miss San person? She's a hard worker, she is. She talks to me a lot about getting things done right. She's also a good listener. She's just my type and around my age. My heart's a fluttering, Liz. That doesn't sound like an old man's desperation for love. So, where were you 2 flirting at? Dang nabbit, don't start thinking you know me being sassy like that. Well, I mean, sass and sarcasm is part of my thing. But as to your question, we were talking about the corridor in the hallway on the right side. I see. She caught me when I was finished speaking to Uno. I was close to getting her phone number at... Hey, you tricked me into saying that! What? No, I didn't. You blurted it out yourself. Oh, god damn it. Don't you dare start it. You goddamn eyesight needs to be checked and your hearing as well. It would be much appreciated if you could stop harassing the witness, Mr. Wright. And I think it'd do you better if you stop harassing me as well. Why can't I ever win? Because... I wonder if this will be important enough to remember. Yes. I'll mark this down the map and remember it for later. Oh, is that on the map now, actually? Oh, it is. Well, I mean, he's turned around. Do we have to press the other ones, though? Just to be sure. Like, does it show other, like, different things? At that time, I remember Dee Dee's door opening with her walking in a costume. At that time, I remember Dee Dee's door opening with her walking in a costume. I'll press everything else, then maybe go back to there's nothing else. So you're certain you saw Miss Devil coming out of her dressing room? I only saw someone come out in the Dee Dee costume. I don't mean it was Daredevil. If I ask, did Dee Dee have the armor on her costume? I don't recall seeing it, no. Of course, it might mean it weren't her after all. We get the chance to play and throw the old costumes out. Oh, you're gonna go out to that. Or perhaps she wore the old costume to deceive you. Okay. You wouldn't think twice if someone came out in their armorless stage costume. I would think so if it was a Dara costume, wouldn't it? Daredevil is no miscreant. I mean, she... And what reason would she have to wear an own costume and vacate the stadium? This is bad. I think I need to change the subject to get Mr. Pitstop out of this. Get a closer look. Where were you? Someone else. Where were you? Is this gonna contradict the map? Where exactly were you when you witnessed the suspect leaving the dressing room? I don't remember too clearly. You remember? I was running around a lot that day. I can remember every little detail. Well, do you think you can recall one little thing when Dee Dee exited the dressing room? Let me think. I was talking with someone in the hallway. I think it was by a corridor? There's two different ones? I can't remember where exactly. It was probably down the left side of the backstage area. I saw Dee Dee come out of the room on the right behind me, which is Dara's dressing room. From there, right side door is Macintosh's room. Other side, that's Dara's room. Okay, we got you there. Well, not really got you, but you know what I mean. He's talking with someone down the hallway. This is pretty important info, so... Your Honor, I'd like to have the witness add this detail to testimony. Very well. Mr. Pitstop, if you please. Fine, I could do that. I was talking with someone on the left side in the hallway when Dee Dee came out. There we goes, boys. Mr. Pitstop, let's go over this once again. We gotta make sure you get the positioning right because, I mean, that's how stunts all are done. So if you don't get this talking testimony testing stunt test down right, then you know, we're gonna get a bunch of lawsuits. Definitely not a lawsuit already. You said you were talking with someone on the left side of the hallway, correct? I did. But just a little while ago, you also said you're talking with someone on the right side. Yes, I said that too. Now this person was Miss San, yes? You're also talking with her on the other side of the hallway? No, I only spoke with her once back there. I remember speaking with Uno, but that was my electrical box. Oh, that was right in between both doors. And Double just coming in the backstage area, so I spoke with him by the door. Oh, okay, so there's two, like, they were literally out of the way, or just, like, right in front of the door, so that's impossible. So there was no one else in the hallway at the time the suspect left? No, there wasn't. It was just those three. Wait a minute. You said you saw Dee Dee come out of the room behind you on the right. So you had to be on the left side, not the right? Well, actually, now that I think about it, no, it was on the right side. Because I left that way with Miss San to the auditorium. It was then I noticed Dee Dee leaving the dressing room area. But you still saw Miss Devil leave the stadium. That doesn't change anything. Get your eyesight checked and your brain working into high gear, you. You don't haven't watched enough of those stunt shows because the gears in those bikes and the gears in your brain are all rusted out. Oh, if it's only that oil that was spilled on the ground from those backstage shenanigans were given to your own brain. Ooh, smooth brain. Actually, I think this changed a lot of things. Such as, do you know how to read paper, you? Let's remember Mr. Pitstop's testimony. He mentioned he was looking back and saw Dee Dee coming out of the room on the right. Now take this information and apply it to what Mr. Pitstop said. The witness was standing here and looking back. Then Dee Dee came out of the room from across Dara's. But isn't the dressing room Miss Daredevil was in? No, Your Honor, it is not. The room across from Miss Devil's belongs to someone else. And the person for whom this room belongs to is... I wonder who it belongs to. You know, just because they came out of that room obviously means they're not suspicious anymore, right? They're not suspicious anymore, right? The room across from Dara's belongs to none other than Mills Macintosh. Macintosh? Who is that? Some Apple company you really know about. He's the owner of the Super D Stunt Show. So Dee Dee came out of his room? But how did Miss Devil get into that room without being seen? Perhaps not at all. Mr. Pitstop, did Dara ever leave her dressing room at all for anything? Not that I'm aware of. However, a lot of people went in and out of her room to see if she was ready. And I was in the hallway when that Dee Dee came out. There's no way Dara could have come out of her room and into Macintosh's. Not without me noticing, anyway. There's no way he could have been paying attention the whole time. How she bided her time waiting until no one was looking to go in that room? Why would she want to go in there? Mr. Pitstop said he was in the backstage area until Dee Dee left. There's no way he could have missed anyone sneaking around. Yeah, and this is your witness too, so shut up. And yes, I'm still annoyed by what you said before yesterday, so I'm gonna be more heinous. It would seem the prosecutor's witness has turned things around in the defense's favor. Nice! Nick, we got this now. If you don't bring Mr. McIntosh in here... I know. Just leave it to me. Your Honor, the defense would like to make a request. Yes, what is it, Mr. Wright? We would like to request that Mr. McIntosh take the stand to testify. Objection. Oh, shut up, you. You want to testify? What for? Oh, isn't it obvious? Because Dee Dee went into his office. Wouldn't that mean that he would have seen her then? We just learned that the culprit was seen coming out of Mr. McIntosh's room. And since he occupies that room, I think we need to ask him some questions. But what does Mr. McIntosh do with this? I believe we'll find out when we speak with him. Very well, this court will grant the defense's request. Mr. Hawk, how soon do you think we can get Mr. McIntosh in here? I believe we can have him in here about 20 minutes. Nice. Oh, it'll be 25 minutes to prepare? Oh, okay. Until then, court will take a recess. Here we are. Well, things are shaping up. Oh, that was a quick one. And now we're gonna, I guess, go down and meet the true culprit of this case. I still think it's him. Unless there's some other weird person. Is it, or it could be one of those two other people there. Could be Uno, Double, or Miss San. Oh no, not Miss San. They were getting along so nicely with Pitstop. This has to be a joke. Do you really think Mr. McIntosh has something to do with this? After hearing Mr. Pitstop's testimony and finding out what we know from yesterday, I'm dead certain he's involved now. But I don't understand, Nick. We talked with him the day of the murder and he hired us in the spot. How could he be involved then? Don't worry, I'm planning on getting to the bottom of this. Oh, I just went to go get Mr. McIntosh. Okay, hi, Edgeworth. You really are just having a fun time watching all this unfold, huh? Why are you here? Seriously, why are you here? Just, please answer. He left with a lot on his mind. I doubt he'll be the same when he comes back. He's never the same. Edgeworth, are you worried about him? Not really. I think you're both doing what you need to do in there, so there's no need to. I was gonna say, if you're worried about him, then we're gonna have some problems here, Edgeworth. You're only supposed to worry about me. Mr. Hawk did look out of it towards the end. So, right, what do you plan on doing now? You call Mr. McIntosh to the stand, so you obviously think he's related to this case? Yeah, I think he's the one responsible for everything that happened that day. And it all correlates to him. So you believe him to be the one who committed the robbery and murder? Yes. What? You think... It has to be a lie. I'm sorry, Dara. I have to do what I can to prove your innocence. Yep. And we're gonna go into the trial. Back inside we go. Oh boy. Well, since this is the final case, and we're running close on time anyway, since it's like a standard procedure of like how I went through Contempt of Court as the final episode, and since this is the final case, and from unfortunate sounds of it, case 4 is not going to come anytime soon or ever at all, I'll leave this off here and try to make the next one a giant episode for that time. And whoo boy, that's gonna be a bumpy ride in more ways than one. We're gonna find out about what McIntosh's plan was in the beginning. At this point, it literally just can't be anyone else. I'd be more surprised if it was anyone else. Definitely not a hint or not, or me misdirecting you all. But we'll see when it comes to it. So, what a fun time watching Zion and playing this. Hope you see me next time, what time may be, and I all hope you fantastic day.